On Tuesday, Musk, the CEO of X, formerly Twitter, posted that the social media platform will be forced to sue ADL for defamation. The announcement comes on the heels of a report from the Jewish telegraphic news agency that Musk had prompted a hashtag launched by Keith Woods. Woods is an Irish white nationalist and self-described raging anti-Semite. The hashtag in question was Ban the ADL, where Woods was calling on X to ban the ADL from the site. Following his initial announcement, Musk then posted, "To be clear, I am pro-speech but against anti-Semitism of any kind." And joining me now here in studio is Daniel Pomerantz, the CEO of the NGO Reality Check and a legal expert and political analyst. Ironic much?
Yes, indeed. You know, it's something that I would call free speech fragility. People like Elon Musk love to talk about how they can do what they want because free speech, free market economics, the government can't tell me what to do. But then the moment that you start losing users, suddenly you're not so happy about the free market economics when they work both ways.
Musk's comments is kind of like saying, I'm not an anti-Semite because I have Jewish friends. But the question is, can you stand up for free speech, be against anti-Semitism, and be suing the ADL?
Well, the ADL's complaint is that something like only 28% of their complaints about offensive content, anti-Semitic content, have actually been answered by Twitter. And that's a problem. And it's not just a Jewish problem. LGBTQ groups, Arab groups, groups that are against child sex trafficking have all had the same complaints against Elon Musk. Since he took over, the amount of policing of hateful content has gone down. Hateful content has gone up. Advertisers have been pulling out because oftentimes their ads are posted next to hateful content, and overall users have gone down. And by the way, Musk's complaint that the reason he's losing users is because of the ADL doesn't ring true. The experts are saying it's partly because of his new policies and also partly because he has new competition, such as Threads by Meta.
Now, Musk posted that the decision to sue ADL, and I want to quote this, is because they are so aggressive in their demands to ban social media accounts for even minor infractions that ironically makes them the biggest generators of anti-Semitism on the platform. So the question here is, are these actually minor infractions? We've got two sides of the Jewish community here, one that is saying we need to be very careful with which battles we fight, and the other side saying that any hateful speech towards Jews needs to be fought.
Well, some of the content that the ADL is addressing is anti-Semitism only, just hate speech. Some of it is actual incitement to violence, which in itself is actually illegal and criminal. So there's a full variety. It's not clear to me why anyone in the Jewish world would say we should allow anti-Semitism to continue. You can make an argument about how much of our resources we should invest in different ways, but the idea that on moral grounds we should allow it just doesn't seem to quite make sense to me. But you know, a lot of the problem that we have here is it goes back to a concept called Section 230 of the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, which says that social media platforms are not responsible for the content of their users. But that law was passed in the 1990s when these platforms were basically like AT&T or Sprint. They were just providing the internet access and not actually managing platforms and monetizing people's content. Now we live in a world where on the one hand platforms monetize people's content and make money off of it, but have no responsibility for what it says. So in 2018, Congress passed a new law that made it illegal for social media platforms to allow child sex trafficking content, which was going on, and even courts couldn't stop it because of Section 230. There is precedent for the idea that you should hold social media platforms responsible, not just that they should have terms and conditions and enforce them, but if someone is actually causing harm to people on those platforms in a way that's illegal, the platform itself should bear some actual responsibility for that.